Are you a gourd lover like me? I love gourds. They come in such great shapes, all different sizes, and lots of different colors. So let me show you a little bit about gourds. These are dirty gourds. They spray them with a protective coating to protect them when they're on the vine from the sun. They also collect a lot of mold and dirt. I'm going to show you how to clean a dirty gourd so that it looks like the gourd on the left, which is totally clean. You simply need a bowl of water and a stainless steel scrubber, and you're just going to scrub off that mold and that coating, and it comes off very easily until you have it all off, and then you want to let it dry. Be careful that you don't break that beautiful stem. Now let me show you a few ways to refinish gourds. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a crackle medium on this baby gourd. Kind of looks like a pear, doesn't it? So I'm simply going to brush this medium on, and I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to do 2 coats and wait about an hour in between each coat. And this will help us to create a crackle finish. I'm actually going to try a little experiment, and I'm going to actually put stain on this one. I have put this medium on a larger gourd that we're going to paint, that I know for sure the crackling will happen. Now our gourd is dry, and we're going to try to put some dye on it and see if it crackles. So I am using Gourd Master gourd dye, and you can also use shoe dye, leather shoe dye, and I'm applying it with the shoe applicator. Doesn't look to me like it's crackling. I think the dye might be a little bit too thin and you need to use the paint. But it was a good experiment. So I'm going to wipe it off and enjoy my sweet little pear like it is. Now here is my second gourd, and I'm taking a glue gun and I'm creating drip marks. I wanted it to look like I'd taken white wax and dripped it all over my gourd. So now I'm sprinkling it with flour. You want to only do like 2 or 3 drips at a time, and then put the flour on so that the flour sticks well. I continued this process all the way around the gourd. When I had finished going around the gourd the first time, I went back and I overlaid a few more drips on top of the existing drips to give it a more realistic look. I wanted it to really look like a candle had just dripped all over my gourd. Again, I made a few drips and poured the flour on top. Now, let's dry some big gourds. I love this gourd on the left. It looks like an apple, doesn't it? So let's use a green dye. Again, I'm using Gourd Master green dye and my shoe applicator, and I'm just rubbing my dye on. I did not put any crackle medium on this gourd. I actually put nothing, just the dye, and now I'm rubbing it off. It's pretty amazing how it doesn't streak, it doesn't smear, it just evenly takes the color. I can't wait to see the end result. This is going to look just like a giant green apple on my table. Dirty gourds are one of my favorite gourds to dye because you never know what you're going to get when you're finished. The modeling and the dark color just takes the dye so differently. Now I'm using kind of a red copper color, and I am just dyeing right over the dirty gourd, over the mold, over the white coating, and some of it has even rubbed off. So this is going to be so fun. You will get such an interesting look. And again, just put a few drops on your applicator and put it on, and then rub the excess off. You can see the beautiful variation of color that you get with the dirty gourd versus the clean gourd. Isn't that gorgeous? So here's our third process. This is the gourd that I've put 2 coats of the crackle medium on, and I've let it dry. Now I'm going to create a beautiful pattern on the exterior of the gourd using a glue gun. I just am creating a vine going down the gourd. Make sure that the tip of the glue gun does not touch the gourd. Now I'm creating my leaves. And just do them randomly here and there. Nothing has to be perfect. Be artistic and don't worry about perfection. If you get any of those little loose hairs, don't worry, you'll get them off before we do the next process, which will be painting. After I finish all of my leaves, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to put some berries on. I'm just going to create little dots of glue here and there. I kind of did them in clusters of 3 to create berries on my vine. The next step is to paint your gourd. I'm using Dixie Belle chalk paint, and I'm simply going to paint 1 coat onto the gourd. Now, since I have that crackling medium on the gourd, you don't want to brush back and forth too much. Just sort of put your paint on and let it be so it can create that crackling process. Make sure that you have a good coverage. Cover all the glue, the front, the back, the bottom, and then wait for the magic to happen. Okay, oh, look at that. It worked! Yay! Isn't that beautiful? I love this finish. Now the third thing I'm going to do to this same gourd is I'm just using a little bit of dark and clear wax from Annie Sloan. Using a waxing brush, I'm putting a good coat of wax on the entire gourd. Notice that I taped off the stem so that we didn't get paint or wax on the stem. Now, once I've put that coat on, I'm then just going to use a rag and I'm going to wipe off any excess that I don't want, and then I'm going to let this sit and cure overnight. Is to put a clear coat on your stained gourds. This is a Varathane product that I pick up at Home Depot. It is oil-based, and I put about 2 or 3 coats to make them beautiful and shiny. I don't suggest putting these outdoors as they do fade with the sun. But look at what a gorgeous tablescape they make. Beautiful, shiny gourds, some painted, some natural, some clean, some dirty. I hope that I inspired you and that you'll follow my YouTube channel and come back for some more inspiration. Happy fall!